Hey guys, what's going on? It's John Diesel here, keeping things going strong. And today we're going to talk about the pressures of life and the pressures that people face as young children and even adults in life. In life, we all know that a lot of times life wants us to conform to what's going on, right? That's not true. You don't have to conform to society. You need to be who you are, okay? And in school, a lot of kids have trouble. A lot of kids say they're weird. They don't fit in. They sit in their bedrooms alone in darkness. And they sit there and they say, this isn't for me. I don't have a connection with anybody. I don't have a connection with the world. People I go to school with don't get me. I'm weird. Let's focus on that word. Kids that are popular in school, they tell other kids that aren't popular sometimes that they're weird. You're weird. And you can take that. If you're a kid and somebody says that you're weird, you should think that that's cool. Because being weird means you're different. Okay? This is everybody else, and this is you. These people just blend in. You stand out. I was weird. I was a kid that, I just did my own thing. So I know how everybody out there that feels like they don't, when the pressures of society come at them and stuff, if you don't wear these shoes, if you don't have these clothes, if you don't have this car, if you don't know these people, if you aren't in this class, if you don't wear these, anything else, that makes you different, right? You're an outcast. Are you an outcast? Let's put weird with outcast. Well, weird and outcasts are cool because you have the opportunity to be different. And a lot of kids are out there and they're stuck in their bedrooms and they say, well, I don't belong here. This isn't for me. Well, when you're a child, you are stuck in your parents' home. There's not much places you can go. But what you can do is use something for motivation. It's anything. My parents lived in the middle of nowhere. And I had older siblings. And I was a little one that was always by myself. But you know what I did? I found motivation and inspiration in myself. And if you're a young kid and you're watching this video and you're 8, 9, 10, 6 years old, 11, and you feel alone, you don't have to feel alone. Because even though the world is this big and you're this, you can barely even see yourself, right? That's okay. Because you'll find your way. Find something that inspires you. Be weird. Be an outcast. I got cut from my high school basketball teams. Why? Because I didn't fit in. So because they told me that I didn't fit in, that means that I was no good. I didn't need them. Was I a little bit hurt that I didn't play with my high school friends? I was. But the coaches thought that I was a bad kid. I didn't really belong in that community because my parents lived outside the community. And I didn't get those opportunities. Now, you know what the funny part was is that all my friends would come to my house and play basketball. I was a basketball player. So basketball, football, baseball. They'd all come to my house and they'd play me. There was nobody that could beat me on the court. Nobody. And, even when I went down to Rucker Park in New York City when I was 17 or 18, I could hang with those cats. I was balling out. But I got cut from my high school team. Coach didn't like me because I didn't fit in. Because I wasn't one of the boys. Because I wasn't from the community. That's okay. You know what I even did? I would sit at lunchtime and I would shoot baskets I was such a good shooter, I could make, you could ask anybody, probably 80 or 90% out of everything that I shot back then. And I would sit like 30 feet away from the basket, and the coach would be sitting right here with his newspaper. I would do whatever I could to get his attention. I would be shooting 30-foot jumpers, making one after another. And he didn't even look at me. And I was like, you know what? I could have took that two ways. I could have said, geez, I'm a failure. Or I could have said, you know what? I don't need this guy because who's he to tell me who I am? You need to be who you're going to be, and that's all that matters. Nobody in life will dictate who you're going to be. You're going to have some good teachers. You're going to have some bad teachers. You're going to have some good people in your life. You're going to have some bad people in your life. And I'm talking about growing up. We're going from elementary school on up. Not everybody's going to look out for you, but a lot of them will. Take the good people that give you praise and stick with those people. Let them help grow you. If you're an outcast, that's okay. You don't have to conform. You be you. We need to be unique. Because uniqueness, weirdness, outcastness, that's what makes us great. Because as life evolves and you get older, those people that were rich and everything, a lot of times they end up alone. And the people that were weird end up here. It's kind of funny how things switch. I'll tell you, it's a true story. One of the best jocks in my school. He was a 3-sport athlete, and he was very good. And, you know, biggest party guy, everything, you know, all the house parties. Everybody wanted him. He had all the girls, everything. You know, that didn't mean anything to me. But the thing is that 8 years later, he was pumping gas at a gas station. Now, there's nothing wrong with pumping gas at a gas station. I'm just saying. His expectations were that he was going to be some, you know, MBA college kid, you know, graduate, go on and be a lawyer or something. And he didn't, you know. So it's the people that are weird that make it. So if you're weird, you're awesome. If you're an outcast, you're awesome. If you're sitting in your bedroom right now and you're just hanging out and you're just chilling out and you're like, man, I don't really fit in, give it time because things are going to blossom. Make sure you plant a few seeds in yourself. Those seeds are going to take off and you're going to grow flowers this big, okay? They're going to be huge because what you have, what you're actually doing is you're different. Be different. I'll tell you why you be different. You be different because that way you have more to offer. These other people are the same, you don't want to be the same as anybody else. You want to be different. You know, somebody in my family, she dresses her kids like all the other kids. She has to drive this vehicle to fit in. They have to do this to fit in. Let me tell you something. I used to date women that had to fit in. Oh, we can't go there because we don't fit in. Or we have to dress this way or we won't fit in. No. I'm going to do what I want to do. You're going to perceive me the way that you want to perceive me. I control the way people perceive me. If I don't care about the way people perceive me, I don't care. I be me. I care about the way I want to be perceived. If it's professional, well, then I care. But the thing is that at the end of the day, I don't need to fit into anybody. I want to be who I want to be. I've always been who I wanted to be, and I'm going to be who I want to be. So if you're a kid out there, be who you want to be. There's nobody that can tell you what you don't want to be. If you love video games, if you love dirt bike riding, if you love carving things out of wood, whatever it is, whatever you like, that's what you like. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. So this video is about being you. It's cool to be weird. It's cool to be strange. And you're going to make it. I promise you're going to make it. You're going to be awesome. Because even though you might be a youngster out there and you see darkness sometimes in your bedroom, or you feel unaccepted in the world, or you're scared, you don't know what's out there, maybe you don't have the support from your parents, something. Things will happen. Be inspired. My inspiration, as many, was Michael Jordan and Led Zeppelin. You know, those were when I was a kid. You know, I watched Michael And I played basketball when I was young like Michael. There was nobody that could stop me. Nobody. And that's the way I live my life. Nobody's going to stop me. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And you need to do the same thing with your life. So feel free to ask me any questions. I'll always be there for you. Thanks a lot. Be true to yourself. Be weird. Stay weird. Be an outcast. Be cool. Don't ever let anybody tell you how to change or do something. Because once you change, you've lost who you are.